60 million people are under alerts from Kansas, where they got over a foot of snow, to the East Coast.
Stay home, stay safe. Remember those folks out treating the roads or repairing utility lines.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. There are about 300,000 power outages. Missouri to Virginia, and more than 1,400 flights canceled. And as the storm moves east, Fox Weather's Mike Seidel reports from St. Louis.
Here's what's on the way. Another 5 to 8 inches of snow just getting underway in Philadelphia. Most of it will miss New York City, but a big storm for the Mid-Atlantic. Many schools are closed, so many kids, millions of kids from the Midwest and Plains to the East Coast are getting an extended Christmas break.
Washington, D.C. could get up to a foot of snow and ice. Yet Congress will still convene in a special session with extra security in place to certify President-elect Trump's victory. 4 years after the January 6th Capitol riot, when Trump supporters stormed in and interrupted Joe Biden's certification.
Asked if President-elect Trump is still a threat to democracy, President Biden answered.
I think what he did was a genuine threat to democracy. I'm hopeful that we're beyond that.
President-elect Trump has described January 6th as a day of love and could pardon many of the defendants charged in the riot.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. The president made the comments at a gathering welcoming new members of Congress. Today, he'll go to New Orleans, days after the New Year's terror attack. And Fox's Madison Scarpino reports.
And the New Orleans mayor says that the top priority now is increased security, and she plans to speak with President Biden about that. He's set to be here this afternoon with the First Lady to pray and mourn with the families of the victims.
14 people were killed when Army veteran turned ISIS supporter Shamsuddin Jabbar drove a truck through a crowd till police killed him. Days after President Biden blocked a Japanese steelmaker from buying an American company, there's a lawsuit filed this morning by both Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel trying to preserve their $15 billion merger. America's listening to Fox News.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Trump election certification comes 2 weeks before the president-elect returns to the White House. And he posted on Truth Social that Congress needs to get to work on one powerful bill.
President-elect Trump wants to address the border, deportations, tax cuts, and other issues in his first days. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he leans toward one big bill.
And there's a lot of merit to that because we can put it all together, one big up or down vote.
But Senate Budget Committee Chair Lindsey Graham wants to prioritize the border and appeal to Republicans backing tax cuts up front.
I am with you, but if you hold border security hostage to get tax cuts, you're playing Russian roulette with our national security.
Both were on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
North Korea's once again tests launched a missile.
South Korea says the North fired a ballistic missile almost 700 miles into waters between there and Japan. U.S. and South Korean militaries detected the preparations, and they say they weren't taken by surprise. Japan's defense ministry reports the missile landed outside its maritime zone, and no ships nor aircraft were damaged. The launch took place as Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited South Korea's capital, Seoul. He condemned the firing and restated concerns about Pyongyang's growing alliance with Russia. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Blinken spent the weekend in the Middle East, still trying to broker a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising before this week's trading. On Sunday Night Football,
Gibbs still going to the goal line.
Jahmyr Gibbs scored 4 touchdowns to lead Detroit past Minnesota 31-9 on NBC, clinching a division title and the NFC's top playoff seed for the Lions. Denver and Tampa Bay also won to clinch playoff spots. They handed out the Golden Globes last night. The Brutalist, Best Drama Movie, Amelia Perez, Best Comedy Musical, Shogun and Hacks won for Best TV Shows. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Michael Madigan's racketeering trial set to resume this week. It follows a break for the holidays. Lawyers in the case met with the judge for a jury instruction conference. Implications of a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision on the federal bribery statute was discussed, including how jurors should define the word corruptly. Urbana receiving nearly $1 million from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to protect families from health hazards. The money's going to the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission in Urbana through the Healthy Homes Technical Studies Grant Program. It aims to provide a comprehensive analysis of interactions with a focus of housing of lower or very low-income families. Champaign Park District receiving $600,000 in the form of a state grant. It'll go towards local park development. The open space land acquisition and development grant will be used to create an inclusive play area and Circle Drive that'll take place at the CUSR Center. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
I'm just biding my time in the Caribbean, and I text Greg Solier and say, what am I into when I come home? What the heck?
Welcome home.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year, too. Yeah, so we got a little warmer. I don't think it snowed in Champaign as much as it did in Philo. Is that possible? We're south.
That's a great observation, because you literally go a few steps incrementally south and the snows pick up in amounts out there. That's a good observation, sir.
I think Effingham probably got a bunch. Taylorville down south, I think those guys got a lot. But it seemed to veer just a little bit south, did it not, Mr. Meteorologist?
We're gonna ultimately come up with probably in the immediate listening area between 1 and 4 inches. Virtually nothing as you get outside of Champaign County other than a dusting, maybe at that. And as you pointed out, you go south of Philo, had a snow report coming around the Arthur area, for example, 8 on the ground there, and still snowing steadily. So they'll be probably pushing 10 and about 10 to 12 at Effingham. But some folks have had to deal as well with some of that freezing moisture, some of that freezing mist and drizzle too. You see all the pictures coming out of Kansas and Missouri with those folks just skating down the interstate systems, literally sliding. Ugh.
Well, anyways. I don't want to go back to in my day, but really, we have schools.
That's the first of 2025 you done.
Yeah,
a lot of schools, a lot of area, county offices, things like that are closed today.
But it was based on whatever forecast they were listening to. Listen to Solier; he was talking about might veer a little south and all that.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't shut something for 3 inches. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, you can.
Because back in my day, I was slugging around in 3 feet of that stuff.
I know.
Well, I mean, you remember the late 70s. Now that was
the La Nina winters.
Right.
Those are like 20-inch snows, and we got blown out.
The blizzards when you're out of power, I can see maybe calling the school.
Yeah, just say you might be a little late.
Anyway, I'm taken back by.
Right, I'm sorry.
So we have most of the schools are out today.
I think so, from what I could see on the crawl.
Hey, fine.
I know that's the case for Tolono and Unity, and so I hadn't goosed up my computer here to figure out every school, but everybody gets a text now, so everybody who's not in school knows they're not in school.
In the good old days, you needed a radio to tell you if you're out of school.
I know. We used to
see the public service that we still provide here. By the way, 2.7 on the ground over at Ogden St. Joe. The latest report into the weather office here. So
it's just not much at all.
That's manageable. Just say like a delayed start, or maybe am I just being too tough?
No, I'm telling you, 2 inches is a joke. I mean, I can still see my driveway, so that's not very much snow.
No.
Anyway, we are here. Meteorologist Greg Solier, brought to you by Carl.
Carl reminds you they're always looking for new team members. If you'd like to join the team, visit carl.org/careers.
All right, meteorologist Greg Solier, what you seeing here for this week after this snow, sir?
Yeah, that's right. It's winding down the back edge, kind of north and west of a line from about Rensselaer, Indiana, to just kind of moving out of the Philo area. A little freezing stuff still suspended and still snowing steadily as you venture down south and east of Decatur, Arthur, for example, and across some of those areas down towards Edgar, Coles, and Cumberland counties. And there'll be some big snow totals there, much lesser to lighter to virtually nothing as you venture north outside of Champaign, Danville line roughly. Still some winter storm warnings in effect for the residual effects till noontime today. today. And it's just really for some of these open areas, even with an inch or two of snow on the ground, you still get some blowing around, reduced visibility. So use care and caution there. Windy, cold for the day today, but seasonal cold. The high around 27. We're currently at 23 at Willard and Savoy. And Rantoul will go up a few degrees and fall back this afternoon. North wind 15 to 25 and gusty. So again, kind of a manageable early January day, except for some of those reduced visibilities, open rural areas. Clouds tonight, 12 above, partly sunny tomorrow. Seasonal cold, a little bit below average at about 25 with a northwest wind. Quiet weather going forward now. There's next weather system of significance not till late next week. We'll bottom out near 5 tomorrow night with the clear skies, light wind, snow cover routine. The high is close to 20s Wednesday, and Thursday will pop into the mid to upper 20s. That's more like it for Friday and Saturday. Back up near 30 on Sunday, Friday and Saturday. Maybe a couple of passing snow showers or flurries. For CVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Off and running. Here we go. January 6th. And good morning. I am Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're back. Nice little vacation. Nice little hiatus. And I'm not sure what you got going on. Maybe you are doing e-learning or work from home.
Or if schools are closed, I think they just take it from the back end of the school schedule so that, they're extended in May.
I mean, but is that not one of those impossible calls? You say, yeah, we're out of school, and people are going, oh, come on.
Right.
And then if you
go to school,
then you say, well, how can you put the children in danger?
Sliding on the buses and all of that. It's true.
It's hard to make that call.
That's right.
Because there'll be people on both sides complaining, but that's just how we roll here.
But of course, you should use caution when you're traveling. And I was just on main routes, of course, and you're using your headlights and you're just traveling slowly. We know how to do this.
On 130, I think the wind's coming out of the north, so it was at my back driving to Philo. I went Windsor all the way to 130. And it was like I was going 40 or 50 on 130, so it wasn't too bad. But you do have to be careful, and it's snow-packed and a little slippery on Windsor, I know. So as you move around today, you know how to do it. Again, it's just, Well, what the successful weekends and holiday times we had with sports. Was that not amazing? First, you go out and you play South Carolina and Florida. We had a big Illinois crowd down there. Brett Bielema was down there, and of course, the end of the third quarter was when it all started happening.
Some moving and shaking going on, but our Illini coming out on top for the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl.
Never quite seen anything like that. Brett Bielema went over to an injured player, and he signaled what they signal when they're supposed to kind of give up on a kickoff. It's like a fair catch on the kickoff. So the arm's extended. Brett's doing that because right before then, South Carolina did the whole over my head, we're going to take the ball at the 30. But apparently in the rules, you don't have to do that. So they threw a lateral, caught us off guard, and our guys quit running. So Brett thought that was putting them in danger, and it's legal. Apparently you can do stuff. He told the officials, Shane Beamer, the volatile, emotional coach of South Carolina, couldn't take the fact that Brett was kind of doing that signal like, man, that's not cool. And then he went nuts.
Yeah, he did. They had some people holding him back.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously, as they say, Brett was living rent-free in his head. So we pull it out and beat South Carolina, a quality football team.
Yes.
That's a significant. We've never beat an SEC team in a bowl game.
Boy, that was fun.
Anyway, that was really, really cool. Then we go on the basketball side. We run out to Eugene, Oregon.
And I heard there were a lot of fans flying from Orlando into Eugene or wherever it was. But a great West Coast run there.
I think there are a lot of Illini fans everywhere. I don't necessarily think many of them travel because they get there's Oregon people that graduate the U of I. So anyway, we go out and we do that in Eugene, which was kind of like UConn kind of stuff. I mean, what they did to us, we kind of did to Oregon. Oregon's never lost by that much in that place.
Right, and Oregon is back because they beat Maryland yesterday. But, it was a solid win against Oregon. What, 109 to 77 or something? I don't have that written down. But
just amazing.
It was amazing, like a 32-point win
and then,
over number 9 Oregon.
And then we play a worse team in Washington. And hold on.
Good college basketball game. Great environment. First time in this building. Very fortunate to get off to a good start was something we talked about, was throwing the first punch. I thought we did a nice job the first 10 minutes. Then I give them a lot of credit. We got pretty complacent with the basketball. We had some really sloppy, unforced turnovers, which we haven't been doing that. Draven Gibbs was especially good in the first half, and then Kasparis, hit a couple of threes, but withstood some Colin Boswell foul trouble very, very early. Draven gave us that big lift. We've tried to build this program for 8 years on games like today. When the ball doesn't go in, how do you win? And just a horrific day of shooting. Just the opposite of what we did in Eugene. We make 16 of them in Eugene, and got to understand the difference in games. But give their kid, the Davis kid, a lot of credit. I saw.
No kidding. That kid was like Steph Curry against career high 31 points for this J.D. Davis. Mm-hmm. He didn't even start. He went nuts on us. We win, and that's the biggest thing.
Yes.
Illinois beats Washington 81-77. Now we come back and play Penn State.
That's an 8 o'clock
Wednesday
game.
night.
Wednesday night.
We have tickets. Tickets give away.
We do, thanks to Express Employment Professionals, recruiting top talent with all kinds of opportunities. ExpressPros.com. If you'd like to win, text in Illini to 217-359-2255. You and a friend could be going to the game. So you mentioned J.D. Davis. J.C. Davis is staying. Xavier Scott will return to our Illini football team after a 10-win season. He'll be playing with his brother Zani, who is recruited by the Illini. So I think that was motivation for the Scott family to stay with Illinois as part of the family. You also mentioned with our Illini men winning, unfortunately, the women took a loss. Minnesota beat the Illini women 68-61. They'll be in action on Thursday hosting Iowa, so take note of that. NFL, where do we begin? Hard to believe the Bears pulled one out, 24-22 over the Packers. Does that spoil things for Green Bay?
They didn't play their guys.
Okay.
Jordan Love kind of dinged up. He didn't go back in. That's the quarterback for Green Bay.
I see.
There's a whole lot of teams didn't play. I mean, Patrick Mahomes didn't play yesterday.
Oh.
Josh Allen. It's hard to pick.
I didn't realize that when I saw the Broncos beating Kansas City.
There's a good argument to say, why would Kansas City want anything to do with Cincinnati? Cincinnati, had Kansas City beat the Broncos, would have made the playoffs, and they're hot. They don't want Joe Burrow and Cincinnati in the playoffs.
I see.
So they just laid down.
But
big
the Broncos,
time.
38-0 over Kansas City, and I had some Broncos fans that were texting me and going crazy because now they're in it. They'll face the Bills. It'll be the Packers and Eagles and Commanders and Buccaneers and Vikings and Rams.
Yeah, it's the Lions, I think, all the way to the Super Bowl. Maybe.
Right.
It's
Man,
amazing.
they were hot yesterday over Minnesota, 39-1.
31-9. Yeah. Check your weather, brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Busey, member FDIC. All right, here's our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Back at it in the old weather office, and certainly hope one and all had some downtime and a happy holiday season with friend and family. And we made it through in relatively good order, all things compared to that powerhouse winter storm that made its way from the plains and still lingering its way over areas towards the Ohio Valley and to the east and south of Champaign County this morning. A little leftover light snow, maybe a little freezing moisture on the windshield. We picked up anywhere between 1 and 4 inches of snow, but not too far south of us. Some of those snow totals quickly double. Use care and caution on the roadways. With blowing and drifting snow, the winter weather advisory through and around the noontime hour. 27 the high and slowly falling. 12 tonight, partly sunny for the day tomorrow. Sunshine on Wednesday. Highs near 25 tomorrow, near 20 Wednesday and Thursday. Quiet weather picture going into the weekend. Maybe a snow shower flurry along about Friday and again Sunday. Weekend high temperatures in the 20s, nights in the teens. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Take charge of the years ahead with a smart, sound investment strategy and business succession plan. Busey Bank's business and wealth management experts help you envision your best future with powerful insights and proven strategies. Building business and growing wealth since 1868, Busey Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel are filing joint lawsuits against the U.S. government and competitor Cleveland-Cliffs. They're challenging the Biden administration's decision to block the deal. They want a new review process under the new administration. Reuters is reporting that rival Cleveland-Cliffs CEO Lourenco Goncalves also was pushing back against the deal. The Biden administration has said that did not play a part in its decision to kill the deal, which was made because of national security concerns. Foxconn, the company best known for assembling iPhones, is reporting a record quarter, not because of its phone business, but because of demand for artificial intelligence servers. It also assembles products for NVIDIA. Foxconn is also forecasting significant growth in sales this quarter. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosolda, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network, the Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headlines, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown. Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
You've changed thousands of diapers, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow in Champaign-Urbana today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Are you tired of shivering in the winter? Look no further than your local heroes at ABC Heating and Air Conditioning. Hi, this is Gina inviting you to give us a call at 217-352-5400 to book your appointment to make sure your furnaces run safely and efficiently this winter. We've been proudly locally owned and operated and have been serving our community for over 50 years. ABC, always be comfortable. Call me 217-352-5400 to book your appointment today or go to abcheatingandac.com.
All right, 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line.
In addition to people trying to win Illini tickets for the game against Penn State Wednesday at 8, we had Ethan commenting that my wife was not happy at all that she had to drive from Philo to Mahomet to go to work. They're still in school today. And then Chris had commented, I'm on my way to school with Mahomet Seymour. So listen. I don't know as far as the superintendent making the call, what the pros and cons and what they're going through when they make.
You just can't win because there are people that are mad that you didn't close,
right?
And then there are people that are happy that you close. So you're always going to get some stuff. And wouldn't you want to stay home if you had a choice?
Absolutely.
I would too.
Can we do a working day or something?
Yeah, that's a little tricky for us. Okay, Brett Bielema, after the game when we beat South Carolina, you just hear it in his voice. I mean, imagine winning 10 games. Oh, by the way, is Jay Lehman and Lonte really going to do that? They're going to kick in $1,000.
Oh, wow, we had a 10-win season.
That's right.
We've got some fried pickles and...
well, you can buy more than fried pickles for $1,000. You can't invite 56 people.
When is the party at Long Branch?
Yeah, I don't know.
I went there for New Year's Eve and had steak and lobster. It was so good.
Wow.
We just really splurged and enjoyed ourselves on New Year's Eve, and it was a pretty full restaurant. Donnie and Hunter and the gang were hustling.
All right. Well, anyway, I wonder if Lontaine and Jay Lehman will do what they said.
Of course. They might ask you, Stevie, as a, kind of a work write-off kind of thing.
To come and work and eat with them.
Do kind of trade kind of thing.
I don't think so. No.
They're the ones that set it up, though.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they got your approval on that.
No, they're paying.
Okay.
I just want to go. Anyway, Illinois we've won 10 football games.
Unbelievable.
But in the history of Illinois football, what is it, 120 some years? That's only happened 5 times.
Right.
5 times. Brett Bielema.
Yesterday I was talking to the TV crew about our game, and they asked me, Coach, what was the thing that made this team special, right? And I said it's kind of just a kind of a secret sauce that I felt really since last January to where we are today. We have 120 guys that started the season on our roster. We had a group of coaches, support staff, a lot of people that walk in the building every day in the Smith Center. We have an administration around us in the Department of Intercollegiate Athletics in Illinois that cares about our place at an unprecedented level. And it's all of those little stories. These guys right next to me, 2 incredible stories and journeys in their own right, to get to where they are today. And today is kind of a culmination of all those things. So very excited for our fans to be able to come down here. There was a lot of them. I went to that pep rally yesterday, and I'm like, holy Toledo. I knew people loved coming to Florida in January, or December. This is pretty live. I'll give credit to South Carolina. Coach Beamer, obviously an incredible football team, a 9-win team that was on the verge of 10 wins as well. But to get 10 wins for us, to be the 5th team in program history, is something very, very special. I'm excited and honored to be a part of this one. But both these guys know we have a chance to do something very special in the future. We wanted to be sustainable success. And this was the culmination of 2024, but it was really the start of 2025.
Yep, and now you guys your football playoffs so you can shoot for. And Illinois, who's to say they couldn't be a top 12 team next year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got Luke Altmaier coming back. Apparently a wide receiver from West Virginia has joined the team. That's really good. So we will see, and we have most of our players coming back. And I think the whole offensive line's coming back.
Right.
So, and shoot, Josh McCray, didn't he have one more year?
I think so.
Anyway,
I haven't heard about him. I know J.C. Davis and Xavier Scott.
I know that we were controlling the line of scrimmage of South Carolina, and they're very good. So, no, very exciting and should really stimulate some ticket sales. Our first Big Ten game next year will be at Indiana, and they had a heck of a year. So.
Okay.
All right, by the way, Illinois basketball, 9 games this month.
Wow.
So we're 2-0.
Okay.
And then Penn State is on Wednesday.
Yes.
But we have to go to Michigan State and Indiana. We got some tough road games, too.
That game yesterday against Washington, I mean, at one point we led by 17. I think we were up by 11 at halftime. I was thinking, we've got this, but the last couple of minutes.
Well, we made one of those inbound passes that Brad called a bonehead play. I mean,
I see.
We did that against Tennessee.
Oh.
Same thing.
Okay.
That's a critical
Well, I was
inbound.
glad we made some free throws in the stretch there.
Yeah, made 4 in a row.
Nyakachonis with 18 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Enjoy every game.
Yes.
Because he's gone. The guy is going pro.
It's hard to believe. He's just 18, right?
He is sensational. Again,
What a freshman.
I'm waiting to continue on to see the rest, but to my eye, he's the best player the University of Illinois has ever had.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some very good players, but to my eye right now, he could be the best we have ever had on campus. We'll see, but they're talking about him top 5, top 10 in the NBA draft, and he's 18. But he's just so poised. He's so good. He works it. Student of the game. He's watching film all the time. Guy's very serious, and he's so good. I mean, that bad play tied the game. He took the ball and went all the way basket, gave us the lead again.
Yeah.
He's not going to be starting. He's
He's
NBA.
focused.
He is an NBA. The announcer yesterday said the kid's a pro.
Yeah.
So enjoy.
Yeah, that's right.
We got him for 3 more months, and that's about it. So anyway, it's a joy. I don't know. Will Riley is very talented, but I don't know. I don't. He's young. He's like should be going to prom this spring.
Wow.
He left high school early, so he's really young. Does the NBA bet on a guy like that? Maybe. But Will Riley, I could see if he came back one more year, he'll be
Trey White, Kylan Boswell, Dre Gibbs Lawhorn all contributed yesterday to that win over Washington. It was great.
A lot of fun. We'll be right back.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. There's some dangerous driving out there due to snow and ice from a storm making its way east to the mid-Atlantic today. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear on Fox.
We've had between 6 and 8 inches of snow, followed by really at least a half an inch of ice across most of Kentucky, more than was originally expected.
Around 300,000 power outages reported from Missouri to Virginia and more than 1,300 flight cancellations. 4 years since the Capitol riot when he lost, President-elect Trump's Electoral College win is certified today in Congress.
Members will have the opportunity to object to the results if they choose to, which hundreds of Republicans did in 2021 and groups of Democrats did in 2001, 2005, and 2017. It's unclear if any Democrats will object to President-elect Trump's victory this time around.
Fox's Ryan Schmelz in D.C. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. St. Joseph Stanton Fire Protection District had a decrease over 100 calls for service last year after a record number the year prior. At 23, Fire Chief Josh Reese reporting that the Fire Protection District responded to 522 calls for service. That year also, their 75th anniversary, Champaign Fire calls for service increased. Urbana stayed consistent. 6 people taken to the hospital Saturday night after a crash involving multiple cars on Interstate 57. Illinois State Police say a sedan driving the wrong way in the southbound lanes on I-57 near Arcola. It then crashed into another car traveling the correct way. 6 people transported with injuries. The crash shut down the southbound lanes of I-57 until about 1:30 in the morning. Champaign Park District receiving $600,000 in the form of a state grant that will go towards local park development, open space land acquisition, a development grant used to create an inclusive play area and Circle Drive. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Joe Miller.
All right, we check your weather. Meteorologist Greg Solier brought to you this morning by the Urbana Park District.
Well, their Health and Wellness Center has opened, and that was on Saturday. Quite an event. Get on over there and check it out. Sign up for some great programs in 2025. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign and vicinity back at it, and certainly hope everyone had a happy and healthy holiday season. And we're right back at it with regard to wintertime around here with the winter storm. The most and more significant of the accumulating snow south of Champaign and none too far at that, but use care and caution on slippery roads and still some lingering light snow and even some freezing moisture for the day today. Temperatures will top out around 27 and then slowly fall this afternoon, and those open rural areas on the north wind 15 to 25 gets to 35 areas of blowing snow, so let the road crews do their thing, getting things cleared on out, especially as you go from Champaign County on southward. Down to 12 tonight, partly sunny, cold tomorrow, and 25. Quiet weather picture heading through the rest of the weekend into the weekend. We'll clear it off, drop down to near 5 tomorrow night. Wednesday, mostly sunny, highs up near 20. Sunshine at near 20. The outlook on Thursday. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
So as I mentioned, we're in the Caribbean on a cruise.
Yeah.
We went to Cozumel.
Okay.
And then to Roatan, Honduras. And then to Belize City, Belize, Central America stuff.
Okay.
And then finish up at Puerto Costameo, which is kind of a manufactured port in Mexico.
Okay.
So it's kind of everything is right off the ship. I didn't care for that. It's like, okay, you can swim with the dolphins right there, but it's kind of all made up.
I see.
They built it like a Disney.
Okay.
Not as appealing.
I mean, you could say you swam with the dolphins.
Yeah,
and they're right there,
yeah.
and they're not. It's not very dangerous with sharks around too.
Speaking of which, we went scuba diving, and of course I haven't done a lot of that. I did all the testing for the PADI certification in 2019. We were going to Hawaii at the time, wanted to go scuba diving, so all of us got certified in a 38-degree lake in October of 2019. It's sleeting. It was so cold.
Right. And lakes in central Illinois can't see your hand in front of your face.
We could see probably 5 or 10 feet.
Oh, you could?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Not stirring up too much mud.
No. Anyway, so we got certified and then went to Hawaii, and the winds are 40 miles an hour, and our scuba trip got canceled.
Oh.
So then Janet and I Christian went to a refresher course at the Ark, and we were in the pool 3 hours. Going through all the testing, you have to take your BCD off.
I feel like you told me that right before we left for our break on December 20th.
Yeah, did that. And then we got the chance to Cozumel. We did 2 dives per day. So I did 2 dives on Cozumel, 2 dives in Honduras. And it was really, really, really fun.
Okay.
Really enjoyed it.
So you're glad you had the refresher course and you kind of needed it and you felt safe.
Yep. It was really, really, really neat. And saw some cavernous, we went, I think we went 60 feet. So, so we had a really good time scuba diving. Then we went snorkeling in Belize City, but the story was we don't know if we should go. It's a monsoon. I mean, it is raining, and then we're in this little boat. And the boat ride's an hour.
Oh boy!
And it's driving rain, and I'm kind of trying to protect Janet because it's like an airsoft gun hitting you in the ears.
Oh wow!
It hurt like heck.
Oh, good.
And we are absolutely drenched, absolutely totally coated in water, and we're to the point of shivering because it was cold. So we're just shaking like a leaf. But we go there, and the guys are very nice. They said, "Hey, if you want to cancel, we won't charge you," kind of thing.
Okay.
But we went ahead and did it, and it was so worth it. Probably the most memorable snorkel I've ever had.
What did you see?
Well, we went into 5 feet of water, and it's this little area they took us to, kind of in the middle of the water. So it was almost like a...
And what did you see?
We saw stingrays and dozens of shark. Wow. We were in there with nurse sharks, which are very...
They're not going to eat you.
No, they're very non-aggressive.
Okay.
But just to see these double-finned sharks so close, you could touch them. And the stingray I touched, it was 4 or 5 feet of water, so you could walk. And you shuffle with stingray because you don't want to step on them.
Yeah.
Because that old tail could get you. And isn't that how Steve
Irwin
who died from that?
Yep, the Australian
So I always think
zookeeper
of that tail flipping up, and you can see the bony structure of it. That would hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was super memorable to be in the water with so many sharks and so many stingrays. That was wonderful. So it was worth the grueling ride. And then on the way back, we got a covered ride on the water taxi, which was much more comfortable.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad.
But I mean, that, as you trace back your steps, could have been what's making you kind of hurt today.
I don't know. I don't know because I felt good coming home and then kind of collapsed. So anyway,
this happened in my family to a few people who were going for the holiday, and then when they came home, I mean, it was 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe a week of recuperating.
Yeah, if you've never done a cruise, I wouldn't do Carnival. Maybe you would. Carnival is a party ship.
Okay.
Tons of drinking, tons of young people.
Okay.
And very little clothing. It's that kind of a ship.
Okay.
So I would...
That doesn't sound like my jam in this chapter of life.
No, I don't think it is.
Maybe 30 years ago, I would have been there and probably taken over the DJ spot.
We were kind of in the same ports with Carnival on some of their ships. And it's a mass market.
And very
cheaper.
little clothing, he says.
Well, that's what one person said. They went there, and the guy was like 90, and his wife was probably 85. And she said, there's very little clothing. And the guy looked over and said, and that's the best part.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway,
well, I know we just kind of hung out at home. We were planning on doing some day trips and getting some things done, but we just totally unwind.
Well, there you go. You need that too.
Yep.
But the cruising is, I'm trying to identify why we've enjoyed it so much. Number one, you unpack, and you don't have to pack and get on a bus. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're set for the week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, and you don't have to move stuff. So you're in drawers and closets. You're just moved in.
Are you leaving out of Miami?
Which I left out of Tampa on
Okay.
this. Took Bloomington. Why isn't the U of I better? Why isn't our airport better? You go to Bloomington, they go direct flights to Tampa, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
What the world? Why can't we do
Fort
that?
Myers, isn't it?
I thought it was Fort Lauderdale
Okay.
too. But anyway, that we went Tampa nonstop. It's Allegiant budget aircraft.
Yep.
Not as cushy and comfortable, but it's nonstop. It's 2 hours.
Yeah.
So really, really convenient and not a long flight.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, we flew to Tampa. I'm sorry, we went to St. Pete actually. Allegiant out of Bloomington goes to St. Pete. But I wish the University of Illinois would get more aggressive and try and get the commitments that these airlines will require. We had Charlotte with American Airlines for a while, then COVID hit. And we got the flights to Chicago and Dallas, which is good. But, man, I think a lot of business goes to Bloomington. And because of the free parking. That whole situation over in Bloomington, they have a shuttle now. We had to park so far away. They have a shuttle.
Oh, wow.
In Bloomington. It's free parking. I don't know what the numbers are. I think the U of I must get, $600,000-700,000 a year in parking. There must be another way to cover that because I think it's actually an attraction. People like free parking. If they're gone for a week, it saves you, $100?
Uh-huh.
Anyway.
Well, we got a meeting with Timothy Bannon coming up. We'll talk about how Willard and things we can do to fly CMI.
I price it all the time. If I can, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the nonstop, however, because you go to Chicago and you're connecting flights like 30 minutes from leaving. You have to hustle. From the plane in Champaign to Chicago, you don't have much time to connect. I don't know why American does it that way, but they do. So you have to kind of hustle over. Anyway, I just wish U of I's in charge of it, and I wish we would really work it. Alan Nudo has been involved in that for a long time. It'd be nice to have a few more cities involved out of Champaign-Urbana with the University of Illinois. I don't quite get it. All right, it is 7:42. It's ESPN 93.5. We'll break. You're welcome to text us, 217-359-2255. After this snow, again, it varied greatly. Did Rantoul even get any snow?
Right. Up north, they were complaining, what snow? And we were all ready. And, boy, people really were ransacking the local grocery stores.
I went to Aldi on Saturday. You'd have to go to eBay to get bread.
I know.
Calm down, people.
I wanted to get a bunch of bananas, and there was nothing there. And all these disheveled boxes. I'm like, what's going on?
People were planning for 100 inches and hold up for 4 months. Yeah, it was really interesting. Everything was ransacked.
Right.
Well, good for the grocery stores.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to jump to our morning sports, ESPN 93.5 with Diane Ducey.
Well, the West Coast road trip has turned out very well as our Illini beat number 9 Oregon, and yesterday number 22 Illinois took down Washington 81-77.
By the way, our net score, we're going to get the ratings out.
Okay.
Brad Underwood could care less about the ranking. He cares about Ken Palm and the net. That's your schedule. That's who you play. That's who you beat. That's what the NCAA uses for seeding. And obviously, if you get a high seed, you have a better chance to advance. So Illinois went from 11 in the net after the Eugene-Oregon ball game. We went to number 5.
Ooh.
At that point, it'd be a 2 seed.
Okay.
So it would be incredible. So the hard schedule, we've had a lot of tough games, and we got more just ahead. But, yeah, you go beat a team like Arkansas. Then you go do what we did to Oregon, ranked number 9. We're the only Big Ten team in the top 10 for net score. There's no other Big Ten team in the top 10.
Okay.
We're number 5 in the net score, which takes into account your schedule and your wins.
Thanks for bringing that up. Minnesota over our Illinois women's basketball team, 68-61. Genesis Bryant leading the team with a game-high 20 points in that one. Football, of course, we won the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. This is kind of old news since it's happened on New Year's Eve.
Well, we couldn't comment on it.
But we couldn't comment on it. We're back, and you can watch us on Facebook or actually Twitter or X, and it's Stevie Jay FM. Some people were asking me about that in the downtime. Illini football have announced a big piece of the secondary returning in 2025, as Xavier Scott has announced he'll be back for his senior season. Came up with 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble in that game-changing pick 6 against Kansas. Had 3 turnovers, forced a game, earned a National Player of the Week honors back in September. So way to go. Scott will join J.C. Davis and Luke Altmaier as other key players announcing their plans to return next season. Now, A lot of people know this as Black Monday. Speaking of football, the Patriots had fired Jared Mayo with their 4-13 season. Another coach we're just learning was fired inside the last half an hour. Jacksonville Jaguars 4-13. Let go of Doug Peterson now. I mean, Jacksonville Jaguars wouldn't be looking at Brett Bielema, right?
I
mean,
think
Sean
so.
does have connections to the U of I.
I don't think so.
But
Brett's never really coached, certainly
Right.
head coach.
Right.
He's been around the NFL with Bill Belichick. He worked with Bill Belichick.
That's right.
So no, I don't know who they're going to hire. Usually they're just recycled people.
Right. And speaking of college football, so we got Ohio State and Texas on Friday.
Yeah, I think Ohio State is better by a lot of what's left.
Texas is number 5, Ohio State 8.
Yeah, that's a seeding.
Okay.
I think Ohio State's the best football team left, and they just pounded Oregon. I could not believe how they pounded a team. We came off the Michigan game, went to Oregon, and got pummeled. And I think there's a letdown, all these, but I didn't think we were good enough to compete with that team.
Right.
And then Ohio
Okay, I
State goes in
remember
and dominates Oregon. So I think they're very, very good, and that Michigan loss kind of woke everybody up.
Right.
So
Then number 7 Notre Dame takes on number 6 Penn State on Thursday.
It could be Penn State, Ohio State, and I think Ohio State will win the whole thing. I just think they're that good right now. They're playing great.
Okay.
And Ryan Day will save his job. So there you go.
So we had
until the next Michigan game. And then the one I'm fired.
NFL wise, hey, the Bears get a win. Okay,
The Packers were already in the playoffs.
I see.
So whoever's in the playoffs, a lot of their guys didn't play. It did break an 11-game losing streak to Packers.
Yes.
So that's good. We broke a 10-game losing streak earlier in the season. So you got the streaks over, and you beat the Green Bay Packers.
And we had the action over on Q96 here in our Stevie J Broadcasting Cluster, 24-22 over the Packers yesterday.
Well, we'll see who the Bears hire as their head coach. Apparently, the interim guy they're going to interview.
Okay.
So the head coach, I don't know.
Well, and coming off with a win, that looks good.
Yeah, the guy from the Patriots had lost his job after one season. I think if they had lost to the Buffalo Bills, even though all their players weren't playing,
right,
they'd have had like the NFL first draft pick.
So it'll be Broncos, Bills, Packers, Eagles, Commanders, Buccaneers, Vikings, and Rams. So the Vikings made it, even though the Lions beat them yesterday.
The Packers, if that Lions and Vikings game was for home field all the way to the Super Bowl, if the Vikings would have beat them, they'd had home field all the way to the Super Bowl.
Gotcha.
It's a huge win for Detroit. As injured as they are, the Lions are in good shape to host all the games until the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So if they were to win a couple games, they get a bye too. And the Vikings play where? At the Rams?
I don't know. Well, Rams is who they play, but I'm not sure.
It's at the Rams.
Okay.
But I tell you what, good luck to anybody having to play the Vikings or the Lions.
So that's essentially sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
All right, it is 7:48. We'll check your weather with Greg coming up next.
Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he has a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. All righty, what do you think, Mr. Meteorologist?
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Eastern Florida. Champaign event this Saturday. Back at it in the old weather office, and certainly hope one and all had some downtime and a happy holiday season with friend and family. And we made it through in relatively good order, all things compared to that powerhouse winter storm that made its way from the plains and still lingering its way over areas towards the Ohio Valley and to the east and south of Champaign County this morning. A little leftover light snow, maybe a little freezing moisture on the windshield. We picked up anywhere between 1 and 4 inches of of snow, but not too far south of us. Some of those snow totals quickly double. Use care and caution on the roadways. With blowing and drifting snow, the winter weather advisory through and around the noontime hour. 27 the high and slowly falling. 12 tonight, partly sunny for the day tomorrow. Sunshine on Wednesday. Highs near 25 tomorrow, near 20 Wednesday and Thursday. Quiet weather picture going into the weekend. Maybe a snow shower flurry along about Friday and again Sunday. Weekend high temperatures in the 20s, nights in the teens. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
I was talking about cruising because I'm a big fan of cruising. We've been blessed to get to travel a lot, mostly by ship.
Well, and there were some new family members that hadn't experienced it before.
No, that's right. No, we had 3 people with our group of 8 that had never been on a cruise, ocean cruise.
And what'd they think?
Jacob was there at Disney when he was 10.
Okay.
Yeah, they loved it. And the dinners, I guess, are just the best because you're sitting around, you get this incredible meal. You can order 2 entrees if you want, which I did. And you're full, and there's no dishes.
Right.
And the people are so wonderful. Most of the crew workers were Filipino.
Okay.
And they're just so courteous and kind and working real hard for a good ranking because people get a survey after the ship, and it's very important that you give them a 10. Anyway, it's just that part of the dinner part. Went to a Brazilian steakhouse. That was an extra added feature on this ship. They got 8 courses, and then you keep eating if you want. But it's just nonstop. I don't know what Jacob had, but I bet he had 40 or 50 ounces.
He's an eater.
Oh, my. Yeah, they saved up. Benjamin was very strategic. So, anyway, that was
as far as when you're eating throughout the day.
Yeah,
you're
but
just nibbling so you can have a massive meal.
And all the pieces of meat, you're probably not necessarily finishing all of them, so you get the sample of all of them.
Gotcha.
There's 8 courses of meat.
Wow.
8 courses of meat. Anyway, really fun.
That's a lot.
They had a kids' water slide for kids. They had basketball court. And Jacob went to throw early in the morning so nobody be on the court, but there's netting around.
Yeah.
So some kids saw him throw and said, "Are you a pitcher?" And he said, "No, I'm an outfielder." And he said, well, where do you play? He said, "Cincinnati Reds." And they went, "Whoa, I got to go tell my dad."
Okay.
I said, "Jacob, they went back to that basketball court every day looking for you."
Exactly.
And it was always occupied with pickleball or basketball or whatever. But it's just fun. If you've never done a cruise, it's just really, really fun. And there's not a lot of decisions during the day. You're working out now. You're going to eat now. And then after that, you want to go lay by the pool. You want to go lay out in that, or you want to go to the trivia contest, whatever it is.
Ooh.
There's a zillion things to do.
Okay.
I think one of my favorite side things we did years ago was napkin folding.
Napkin folding.
It's actually people that will get on the ship and teach you different things.
Yeah, you can make it look like a swan.
No, it's cool. They have stuff going on all the time. They had egg drop, where you put it. Kids built these contraptions from 9 stories up and float it down to see if your egg survives. That was a good draw.
Okay.
A lot of fun and just family time. We were gone 8 days. It felt like 80. It was really wonderful. You need those kinds of things.
Yeah.
To kind of refresh and recharge, and it's just important. And it doesn't have to be a cruise, just to get away. So you don't have the list at home, the stuff you have to get done, and all these things. You escape from that, and you have a little break. We all need those. Anyway, I can't endorse some more to get away, but cruise is I'm just a fan. And there are ships. We're big fans of Royal Caribbean and Celebrity and Azamara. We've been on Princess, Norwegian, Holland America. Really like Holland America. The others are okay. And Norwegian, we were on with American staff, and that was a mistake. Americans do not want to work on a cruise ship. They want to go on a cruise.
Gotcha.
But that's just how it is. They have something called the Jones Act. And if you're in Hawaii and you don't touch a foreign port, you have to hire American workers.
I see.
That doesn't work. We're just not real good at that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, of course, the people from Philippines and Indonesia, they get more money on the ship than they ever get at home. So they're pretty charged up. Americans are like, just the way we are. For the most part. Not in all cases, but for the most part.
A lot of us like that this morning with the snow.
Yep.
Saying, do I have to go? I know that was the case for my son, Aiden, as he took a break with me the 20th through the 6th here.
Wow.
And so getting back to work today and having the snow, he was saying, are they going to call me and let me know if it's not happening today? And I'm like, Aiden, it's not school. You don't have a snow day at work. You just go to work.
Well, sometimes you do.
Grocery stores are pretty much essential workers.
It is possible to have those kind of days, even at work, if it's 20 inches.
Right.
If the roads are closed.
But I mean, it was what, 3?
No. In
4?
Champaign-Urbana, it's 3, maybe 4.
We're
maybe.
fine.
It's okay, but boy, the grocery stores sold out of bread.
Yeah.
Is that the first thing you buy when you go to the
bread? Mentality of, gee, I have to stock up. Like there's a blizzard coming.
No, and then if it doesn't happen, you're mad.
I know.
What's that about? You should be happy.
Yeah, I heard a radio show from Gibson City coming in, and he said, I'm Gibson City, Paxton area. We got nothing over here, and my 11-year-old wanted to do some sledding, and is all charged up.
We'll drive to Taylorville. There's plenty of snow down there. It just hit the middle part of it. There's nothing in Chicago, nothing in Milwaukee. It just was, and that's unusual. Usually it kind of covers everything when it comes like this, but not this time. Not now, maybe later. It is January the 6th. It is 7:56, streaming live on X. We'll break for the news and be back. Tim Tyler.
Yes, he's the chief of police for Champaign, and we'll be interviewing him inside the next 10 minutes or so, so listen to that. Always hear the show at steviejay.com and click on that toolbar with the podcast feature.
Okay, news will be next from Fox. Stand by. It's January 6th. It's Monday. ESPN 93.5.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
Attention drivers. When it comes to your car, trust matters. That's why savvy drivers choose PDR Automotive for top-notch service and unbeatable quality. From routine maintenance to complex repairs, their team of expert technicians has the skill and experience to keep your vehicle running smoothly. At PDR Automotive, customer satisfaction is their priority, and they won't rest until your car is back on the road performing at its best. Visit PDR Automotive in Urbana today. Family owned and operated for more than 50 years. They're what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Hi, this is Troy Lands from Lands Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. With colder temperatures here, let's make sure your heating system is operating at its best. At Lands, you can join our comfort family and get exclusive savings and support to keep your heating system in tip-top shape this winter and all year round. Our plans offer tune-ups, discounts on repair, and even lifetime system enhancements. Plus, we back up our equipment with labor warranty when we install it. Find out more about our comfort family maintenance plans at landsinc.com. I'm Troy Lands, and you can count on my company because you can count on me.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Now at Jets, order any 3-topping pizza and get $5 off. Just use promo code 3TOP when ordering. That's the number 3, T-O-P. Want to impress family and friends and spend less? Get creative and build your own 3-topping pizza with their favorites for your holiday gatherings. Available in deep dish, thin crust, New York style, or hand-toss round. Any 3-topping Jets pizza for $5 off with promo code 3TOP. It's a deal. Jets, better because it has to be.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Years.
And there are almost 1,500 flights canceled nationwide. And despite the storm in Washington, Congress will gather in a special session to certify the Trump election victory 4 years after the Capitol riot when Trump supporters tried to block the Biden election win. The president-elect has called what happened a day of love. Despite about 1,600 people facing criminal charges, he has suggested he might pardon some. Democratic Senator Adam Schiff tells NBC's Meet the Press if Trump does that,
he will begin his new administration the way he ended his last administration, and that is by celebrating violence against our democracy.
President Biden has just issued a new ban on more offshore oil and gas drilling off the entire East Coast and parts of the Pacific and the Gulf of Mexico to preserve 625 million acres of ocean. Incoming Trump White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt tells Fox this is the work of Biden environmental extremists
who don't care about what's in the best interest of the American people who just reelected President Trump with a resounding mandate to drill, baby, drill.
Today, President Biden goes to New Orleans to meet with victims' families from the New Year's Day terror attack, saying at a gathering in Washington greeting new members of Congress.
My message is going to be personal to them if I get to get them alone. They just have to hang on to each other.
14 people were killed in that attack. The Biden administration is being sued this morning by Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel, trying to rekindle their $15 billion merger that the president blocked last week, not allowing the Japanese company to buy the American steelmaker. America's listening to Fox News.
The new year means new health goals, not just for your body, but your finances too. Your personal info is in so many places that are outside of your control. It only takes one mistake, and not even your mistake, to expose you to identity theft and lost funds. If your identity's stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed, or your subscription money back, and resolve to make identity, health, and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Visit LifeLock.com and save up to 40% off your first year with promo code CLAY. Terms apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
For another day, former President Jimmy Carter's body lies in repose in Atlanta, where a lot of people keep paying their respects. Fox's Jonathan Seri's there.
Inside the Carter Center, the atmosphere is quiet and yet joyful. After all, this is the celebration of a 100-year-long life well lived. In fact, we spoke with one woman who traveled all the way here from Minnesota.
Everything from his work in the Boundary Waters to work for people with disabilities. And really just defining what you do after the presidency, I think is pretty amazing. So I wanted to come and say thank you.
Now, tomorrow, they'll move Carter's remains to Washington. He'll lie in state at the U.S. Capitol, and then Thursday, on a national day of mourning, there will be a funeral at the National Cathedral. The stock market will be closed to honor former President Carter on Thursday. This morning, futures are rising before trading starts later this hour. They handed out the Golden Globe Awards last night.
A surprise for Demi Moore, who took home her first ever lead actress award for The Substance.
I had a woman say to me, just know you will never be enough.
But you can know the value of your worth if you just put down the measuring stick.
The clip courtesy of Golden Globes LLC and Dick Clark Productions LLC. The Brutalist was the big winner in film in the drama category with 3 awards, while in musical or comedy, Amelia Perez took home 4 on the TV side. Shogun dominated with 4 awards. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Yeah, one of Shogun's awards was for Best Drama. Hacks got the Golden Globe for Best TV Comedy. On Sunday Night Football, Detroit beat Minnesota to clinch the NFC's top playoff seed for the Lions. Denver and Tampa Bay won earlier to clinch also spots in the postseason. A second NFL coach has just been fired. Head coach Jacksonville Jaguars punted Doug Peterson the day after the New England Patriots fired Gerard Mayo. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign Park District receiving $600,000 in the form of a state grant. It'll go towards local park development. The open space land acquisition and development grant will be used to create an inclusive play area and Circle Drive that'll take place at the CUSR Center. Michael Madigan's racketeering trial set to resume this week. It follows a break for the holidays. Lawyers in the case met with the judge for a jury instruction conference. Implications of a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision on the federal bribery statute was discussed, including how jurors should define the word corruptly. Urbana receiving nearly $1 million from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to protect families from health hazards. The money's going to the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission in Urbana through the Healthy Homes Technical Studies Grant Program. It aims to provide a comprehensive analysis of interactions with a focus of housing of lower or very low income families. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, after the snow, let's check our meteorologist Greg Solier with the latest in our weather forecast. Mr. Meteorologist, sir, it did not certainly snow in the north. I don't think Paxton got anything up there.
Maybe a short inch or dusting or coating there. And up northwest, it's, for example, if you were to head towards Peoria, about 1.5 inches there, and you go southeast outside of Danville, between about 2 and 4 inches around the Danville area to maybe up around Rossville, and then it cuts back considerably northern Champaign County and eastern McLean County. Then you get out towards around the Clifton area, and snow totals there about 3, the biggest so far, coming in around the Mount Zion area. That's just a little southeast of about Decatur, 8 inches there, 8 at Arthur. And let's see, a little bit west of about Lake Shelbyville. They have about 8.5 there. And so it goes around the Terre Haute as well. They're coming up with about 7.5 to 8.5 inches. And that is the back end of the snow, roughly running from about Crawfordsville, maybe to about Georgetown there in southern Vermilion County, Villa Grove, or at least south of there, and around the Arthur area. Maybe a little freezing moisture still in the air, but all is said and done, except for some outlying rural blowing and drifting where we've had significant snow, and even a short inch or two will get visibilities down and reduced. So the thinking continues to be the winter storm warning up in effect until noontime today. 23 now at Willard and Savoy, 20 downtown Champaign, 23 at Rantoul. No real super Arctic air. That's going to remain to the north of us, but with clear skies, light wind will flirt with 0 here later on this week, and maybe a couple of more weak weather systems showing up over the course of the weekend, early next week as well. But major storminess, I think, for the short term is at least winding down. Heading towards an afternoon high of about 27. Temperatures may slide a bit as the day wears on, with a mostly cloudy sky and that stiff northwest wind. 12 tonight, some sun tomorrow, more of it Wednesday. 25 tomorrow, but highs only near 20 Wednesday and Thursday. Again, we'll be close to 0 Thursday morning, and then some moderation in the cold with highs the mid to upper 20s Friday and Saturday. Back up near 30 on Sunday, Friday, and again Sunday. Maybe a couple of snow showers or flurries over parts of the area. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Happy to welcome back to our show. He is Chief of Police, Champaign Police, Timothy T. Tyler. How are you, Chief? How you doing?
Hey, good morning, sir. Thank you for having me this morning.
I'm just trying to figure out with your long list of credentials, do you keep boxes handy as many times as you've moved around to do different things? Man.
Yeah, I've been super blessed. I've been super blessed, and I'm just grateful for this opportunity in life.
Well, you're going to retire in February 25 as a colonel in the U.S. Army Reserves. You spent 35 years of that? I thought you were like 40. How could it possibly be 35 years, Chief?
Yeah, I started off early, tender age of 18, fought in deserts, and I didn't look back. A couple more military tours, and National Guard tours to go support local events like the floods and supporting Katrina. But it's been an overall great experience, and I just thank God for the American people who gave me that opportunity to serve.
Chief Tyler, with you having experience with military police, logistics, and finance management. Wow, that is impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah, the finance management, I was the chief finance officer for the 416th Engineer Command, about 12,000 soldiers, close to a $200 million budget that I had to balance it.
Just zeros, right? It's just extra zeros.
It's just zeros.
There you go.
As long as you don't cross the money the wrong way, you get in trouble.
Yeah, right. Well, what is it when you go and you serve in Desert Storm? How do you approach stuff like that with the family? As far as, it's dangerous. You're planning to come home. You never know. How do you do that?
So I make it no secret. I am a Christian, first of all. So my family and I are very based in our Christian values. So I think anything that God calls me to do, He's going to give me the strength to do it. So we lead with Christ to begin with.
All right. So when you go and you serve, is it something you really enjoy doing, or is it one of those things you do because that's what you do?
I do it because I feel like I'm called to do it. If I told you I enjoyed every mission, I would be lying.
Yeah.
Some of it was just out of total obligation to this country. When I raised my hand to serve this country, guess what I raised my hand to do?
What was it about Champaign that drew you here?
Well, at first when they announced the vacancy, I didn't apply. And then I saw it again, and I prayed on it, and I felt like that's where God was calling me to come to Champaign Police Department.
Okay.
With your experience at 23 years with Illinois State Police as the Colonel, Deputy Director, and Division of Training and Academy, I mean, that sounds like you were pretty settled in Springfield, weren't you?
Yeah, and I got an opportunity to also lead the Department of Natural Resources. I was the Director, Chief of Police for the Illinois Conservation Police. First time in history I had that dual role. So it was very interesting working for the state. Another great opportunity. But again, it's all about service to my community.
Mm-hmm. How is it going from the standpoint of respect for police? Has it gotten any better?
I think so. Stevie, I'm a very spiritual person, so I do a lot of praying. I just know that I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I'm so happy for the community. There's been a major reduction in violent crime, and the community members are very happy for that. And I'm very happy for the police department because for the first time since 2014, we're almost full. We only have 6 vacancies. It's just absolutely amazing the great work that the police officers are doing with, reducing violent crime and taking a risk. They're putting their lives on the line every day to make sure that they, get some violent people off the community.
Yeah. I was just looking at the statistics: 127 sworn and 37 civilian personnel in intelligence-led policing, patrol, traffic, criminal investigations, and a host of related activities and services. That partnership that you've been building, Chief Tyler, with the civilians, I think that's one of the key roles to success, don't you?
Oh, I can't do my job without the civilian workforce. I don't mean to slight anyone else, but Champaign Police have the greatest civilian workforce in the world. My admin assistant, Heather, what an amazing human being. I have no idea how Heather do what she do and how Joe do what he do. And we got some other folks like Terry, she runs the budget, and I could just go on and on with Sarah with our criminal analysis and Mr. Fry with all the intel work he do. I mean, our civilian workforce is so complex and they're so extremely talented. It's just amazing to see the 127 and the 37 work. They're just absolutely amazing human beings.
How's it going from hiring standpoint? Are you guys all hired up?
We have 6 vacancies. Yeah, that's it. When I got here, we had 32 vacancies.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, my goal was to come in and just build a culture of excellence. And now our teammates are doing most of the recruiting because they like where they work. It's a family environment, and it's all about serving the community. So it's a 2-for-1. They get to work in an environment where they can grow, and they get to serve a community that appreciates them.
Chief Tyler, you've had some challenges, though. I'm just thinking in the summer months how many of us in downtown Champaign, you have to move your vehicle, and, you know, they've got these spontaneous parties that are popping up, and they're dangerous for people, and then the people in downtown Champaign are complaining, and there's been some shootings and things like that. How do you deal with all that?
Yeah, so our business owners in Champaign, they have every right to express their opinion, and they do. My wife and kids, we always shop local champagne. We eat local champagne. So even when I'm off duty, I get to hear, their concerns. But our local business owners, they are the center of gravity for the community, and I can't thank them enough for being patient. When I first got there, they were very, expressed their concerns about safety down there. And so the police department, with the technology that we've been given by city council, we're making strides big time. I'll often tell people, if you do something in Champaign, we're going to come get you. There's no secret about that. We had a shooting right before Christmas, and a young lady was shot, and due to, the flock technology, we were able to have that person in custody in less than 48 hours in a different area of the state. So it's all going to work together. I always tell people growth is hard. Even growth always disturbs. If you take a plant and it starts growing, it's going to disturb the dirt. So we're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to have disturbance. But when it's all said and done, we're going to be very strong because we're in great soil.
Well, you sound like you really enjoy your work, Chief.
I do some days.
Well, if it's worth anything, I've never talked to anybody about you where they just haven't raved about you. They just love you. So I think it's fantastic.
Well, all of us got our enemies, but I'm not here to. I'm not here to get along with everybody. I'm here just to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes doing the right thing is upsetting other people. But every time I wake up and I look in the mirror, I know I'm putting forth my best efforts. And that's what's important to me.
Well, you're a good man. I've said for many years, the further this country moves away from God, the worse it's going to get. And you guys are firmly your foundational family with that faith which guides you. And it's awesome that you have that. And you're an awesome example.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it so much. And I appreciate what you do. I listen to you all the time. And thank you for spotlighting law enforcement. It's very important. I can't believe the work that you do and how you're getting the word out. And thank you so much, Steve.
Well, I appreciate that very much, but it's all about you guys. It's not about anything but your ability. Back when kids were dumping buckets of water on the police in New York, I would have lost it. There's no way I'm walking away from that. And some of the stuff that you have to endure isn't fair. It's wrong. And so we have to let people know you just have to treat people properly, and let alone police. You just have to have respect. And if you just followed their instructions, it's all about
the greatest thing ever is treating everybody like you want to be treated. It goes back to the golden rule, right?
That's right.
There's a platinum rule, like treat everybody how you expect to be treated. So I'm so lucky for the Champaign Police because that's one of those characters that they already have. They're always treating people like family, in spite of what they go through. And I see them go through some very, very terrible stuff. But they're so poised and they're so concerned about the overall outlook that they are exceeding any type of policing I've ever seen in my going on my 32nd year of policing.
Well,
this is one of the best police agencies ever, and it's all because of the people that's in the building. I'm actually the lucky person to become chief. These are my teammates, and they are teaching me how to be a good leader and a good police chief. I wasn't that until I got here, until I started working with them.
Well, you're doing a great job, Chief. We appreciate everything, appreciate your time. Hope you can come back and be on with us regularly because we'd like to hear what you're doing, man. I appreciate it very much.
Yes, sir, and thank you for what you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Timothy Tyler, Champaign Police Chief.
And supported by Stephanie Pratt, our realtor that rocks with Coldwell Banker, StephaniePrattHomes.com.
All right, terrific guy. He just really is.
Love it.
Okay, Busey, from the day-to-day operations to long-term planning, running a family business is hard work. You probably dream to see its successes in all of the things that you do, but Family Business Institute shows only 3 out of 10 family businesses survive the second generation. It's tough. So to keep the family and family business, the experts at Busey suggest you plan early, like 5 to 15 years out. Communicate the plan with your family to not only help them see your vision, but so you understand their feelings and expectations. Know your value. Overvaluing can impact saleability and financial interest, and artificially low valuation has negative tax implications. Asking for help from experts and add objectivity and prevent oversights, and determining your successor if it's unclear. 88% of current family business owners believe their families will take over the business in 5 years, but few businesses actually survive the transition. Whatever your financial needs, Busey and Beyond Business and Beyond Busey promises the resources to help you succeed. Stop into one of their many convenient locations. Call 800-67-BUSEY or visit Busey.com for all your financial needs. Busey for over 155 years. Member FDIC. Okay, we will play a little Brad Underwood. The Illini beat Washington yesterday.
81-77.
Kind of grind. It really was. It wasn't anything super
At the
fun.
very end especially,
Well,
but mainly 10-point leaders throughout the game.
We're kind of holding that 11-point lead at halftime, but it came back and forth, and they eventually tied it.
Yeah.
So it was, I would call...
Kind of a nail-biter at the end.
and we were totally better than they were.
Next up will be Penn State on Wednesday at 8 at home, so go Illini.
All right, if you want tickets, you can always text in Illini 217-359-2255. Get some free tickets.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Nippon Steel and U.S. Steel are suing the U.S. government over its decision to block their merger. They are separately suing competitor Cleveland-Cliffs, its CEO Lourenco Goncalves, and United Steelworkers Union President David McCall, accusing them of illegal and coordinated actions aimed at preventing the deal. The Biden administration says the merger was blocked because of national security concerns. U.S. Steel President David Burritt says he wants a fresh review of the deal under the incoming Trump administration. United Airlines says tests begin next month that eventually will result in internet service provided by Elon Musk's Starlink on all its flights. And Fubo TV shares are rallying following reports that Disney plans to combine its online TV service with Fubo. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda, invested in you.
I'm Benjamin Hall, Fox News senior correspondent and New York Times best-selling author, and I'm searching for heroes. Every Monday, I'll speak with a few silent but noteworthy heroes, everyday people who illuminate stories of compassion and are true embodiments of heroism. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Searching for Heroes with Benjamin Hall, wherever you download podcasts, and please leave a rating and a review.
Got a plumbing, heating, cooling, electrical, or sewer problem? Look no further than Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. Locally owned and trusted, Fred's team of professionals is ready to tackle projects both big and small. Why waste time and money on complicated DIY fixes? Fred's experienced team will get the job done right, saving you time, stress, and cash. And when it comes to sewer problems, make sure you call Fred's for a second opinion you can trust. At Fred's, they do it all. No project too big, no project too small. They do insulation, repairs, replacement, and maintenance, and they now offer service agreements. For reliable service, professional expertise, and solutions that work, call Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric today. 217-586-3863 or go to fredscu.com. You can always trust Fred's.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All right, we talked about the Illini win against South Carolina because we haven't been here since, and how much people enjoyed going to Orlando and just being around all that stuff. So it's always especially fine when the other coach goes berserk at the end of the third quarter.
I know, that was really trending on X.
Well, and I wasn't sure why Shane Beeman went crazy. He said, Brett was taunting him.
Right.
Anyway, I thought it was substitution related.
I know.
Or it was about the kickoff and that they threw a lateral when they signaled that they weren't going to do anything with the kick. But apparently in the room, they need to kind of address that because what happens is people stop running. And so when you have to pick it back up, it could be dangerous in trying to tackle the guy. But apparently it's in the rule book, and Shane Beamer had told the officials they were going to do that. So I guess it was all good from the rules, but not good with Brett. He wasn't happy about that. Thought it would hurt people eventually if you just did that kind of stuff. Like a fair catch isn't a fair catch. Holding your arms out to your side when the kickoff is over your head and you're not going to return it. That's confusing. So that's what it was about. And then the guy went nuts.
Right.
And it was, I've never seen that. And he says he's never seen anybody taunt the head coach. Well, I don't know if he's taunting.
Right.
As he was saying, hey, man, that wasn't cool. So anyway.
Well, I'm glad you explained it because I didn't really know what all the hubbub was all about. So.
Well, and I had to kind of wait to hear what they all said after that.
Okay.
So Brad Underwood after the ball game against Washington yesterday afternoon.
We win it. We've got to grow in that area. We because he doesn't start, because he's not in the lineup, doesn't mean we disrespect him. A very talented player.
Talking about that DJ Davis or JD Davis, whoever it was that looked like Steph Curry against us yesterday. That guy.
And I thought we did a great job on Great, making his difficulties.
The guy's name is Great.
Yes, it is.
It's like Great is his name.
Great is his name.
Yeah.
Shots difficult. Tommy gets a lot of credit for that, and Merez. But Kasparis was great down the stretch, and Boswell stepped up and made his free throws, and a loose ball play by Trey White was a huge play, and Trey was, again, spectacular on this road trip.
Brad, you guys had the inbounds giveaway, but after that, didn't allow it to unravel. KJ gets the big basket. What did you see from your team?
So we're up 2, and we mess up the throw in, and they get a layup, and they tie it with like 30 seconds left.
I'm glad Derek Piper asked that.
Yeah.
And on that mistake, but also to hold steady and close it out.
Yeah, that's really ridiculous. The inbounds plays they're in the zone. Just go to the backcourt and get the basketball. And we set in a stack and geez, so Pete. I mean, we got to talk about every scenario, but that's resilience. After that, we got to stop. We got a loose ball, and then made some toughness plays that we have to make if you're going to win close games like this. But can't make that out of bounds play. That's just a bonehead play.
I mean, to have two diametrically opposite shooting games and 3-day stretch. I mean, just how did you see them maybe handle that and find the ways you have to win when they don't fall?
Yeah, it's really hard to lay around in a hotel in a day off. I wish we played, one-day preps. It's really hard to get back focused and competitive. We went after it yesterday in practice. We went longer than we normally do. Just trying to, you come off such a feel good. Oregon's ranked 9th. It was a game where everything went right for us, and then you come and lay around, and you spend 2 days out here in good life, and Bellevue's beautiful, and I don't know, maybe we need to go to a Residence Inn, and I don't know, but that's hard. It's something that we don't even do that in the NCAA tournament. We have 1 day in between games, but drastically different games. I'm proud as heck of this group for their fight, for their competitive spirit, and this team cares. And get 2 road wins means a great deal in this league, and they're really hard to come by.
No, I know that. Road's tough. And we still got to go to Indiana and Michigan State this month. We have 9 games this month.
That's right. Indiana beat Penn State 77-71 yesterday.
Yeah. All right, break for the news. We'll be right back. It's 8:30, Champaign-Urbana.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden announces a ban on new oil and gas drilling in most federal waters. President-elect Trump spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt on Fox.
This decision, the intent behind it, is to enact political revenge on the American people and on President Trump.
President Trump in 2020 ordered a pause on drilling in the Atlantic from North Carolina to Florida. The Biden ban does not affect much of the Gulf of Mexico, where most of the drilling currently happens. A winter storm is making its way east.
Here's what's on the way. Another 5 to 8 inches of snow just getting underway in Philadelphia. Most of it will miss New York City, but a big storm for the mid-Atlantic. Many schools are closed.
Fox Weather's Mike Seidel in St. Louis, where the storm's already passed. More than 300,000 power outages and 1,500 now flight cancellations are reported. Closures in D.C., though, do not apply to Congress certifying President-elect Trump's Electoral College victory. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Michael Madigan's racketeering trial set to resume this week. It follows a break for the holidays. Lawyers in the case met with the judge for a jury instruction conference. Implications of a recent U.S. Supreme Court decision on the federal bribery statute was discussed, including how jurors should define the word corruptly. Urbana receiving nearly $1 million from the Department of Housing and Urban Development to protect families from health hazards. The money's going to the Champaign County Regional Planning Commission in Urbana through the Healthy Homes Technical Studies Grant Program. It aims to provide a comprehensive analysis of interactions with a focus of housing of lower or very low income families. Champaign Park District receiving $600,000 in the form of a state grant. It'll go towards local park development. The open space land acquisition and development grant will be used to create an inclusive play area and circle drive that'll take place at the CUSR Center. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana and vicinity back at it, and certainly hope everyone had a happy and healthy holiday season. And we're right back at it with regard to wintertime around here with the winter storm, the most and more significant of the accumulating snow south of Champaign, and none too far at that. But use care and caution on slippery roads and still some lingering light snow and even some freezing moisture for the day today. Temperatures will top out around 27 and then slowly fall this afternoon, and those open rural areas on the north wind 15 to 25 gets to 35. Areas of blowing snow, so let the road crews do their thing, getting things cleared on out, especially as you go from Champaign County on southward. Down to 12 tonight, partly sunny, cold tomorrow, and 25. Quiet weather picture heading through the rest of the weekend into the weekend. We'll clear it off, drop down to near 5 tomorrow night. Wednesday, mostly sunny, highs up near 20, sunshine at near 20. The outlook on Thursday. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Beetle Shish, Greg Soldier.
All right, we have the Cardinal Caravan coming to Champaign-Urbana a week from Friday. And if you want to go, it's the same setup, except we're at the Hilton Garden Inn. That's right.
Hilton Garden Inn.
Yep, it's at Neal and Kirby.
That's right, the old Ramada Inn for you townies.
We did that once before. Yeah, the old, something. Ramada, and then what else was it? It was several other things, wasn't it?
Sunshine Dinner Theater Playhouse was at the top. Right? Why are you looking like that?
Because I thought that was across the street.
No.
Was that? Okay.
Yeah.
Sunshine was in the Ramada?
I thought so. 359-2255 if you want a townie talk with us on this.
All right,
But
so
yeah, Hilton Garden Inn.
Mike Claiborne will be here. So will Ricky Horton, Pedro Pajes, Michael Ciani, Jose Furman, Ryan Lautos, and Xavier Scruggs is a veteran. He's a guy coming back, played with the Cardinals a little bit. So we'll have a chance for you to meet some prospects, some people that hope to make a big name, big splash with the Cardinals as they kind of revamp their situation. John Mozeliak's last year.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, that's been announced?
Yeah.
All righty.
He's stepping down. I'm not sure why he's given. You're on the way out. Probably the next guy, Haim.
Okay.
Is a new guy. So who's making the call, and how's that work? Anyway, Cardinals let Paul Goldschmidt. He went to the Yankees now, and they're trying to trade Nolan Arenado.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get our red on and be fired up.
Yes.
People.
So we'll see you on Friday the 17th at noon.
There's a lot of grumbling, though.
I know.
11:30 for the media if you want to talk to these fellas. Good guys, and they're just hopeful that they'll make a big name for themselves.
And of course, we hand out these autograph cards for those 12 and under,
Yep.
so they can get some items autographed. If you don't have something to autograph, they have the cards that they have, the Cardinal Caravan 2025, and it's always fun for the kids to go through first, and then we see if we can get to people who are there. But they have a certain amount of time because then they're heading to, Peoria next? Typically, they go here in
Bloomington, Peoria, Champagne's usually the route.
Mm-hmm. Details are at cardinals.com/caravan.
Yep, we got it here, and we'll look forward to it a week from Friday. Cardinal Caravan, always on Martin Luther King weekend. So it'll be fun. Bring your
Also,
autograph
reading
stuff.
about OSF Healthcare, how they welcome the first baby of 2025. Kalani Michelle Moore was born on Thursday, January 2nd, weighing in at 6 pounds 9 ounces at 3:24 in the morning. So we've been kind of in baby mode here at Stevie J Broadcasting. Sebastian came into the world in my family trade December 30th. Congratulations to Mallory and Michael with a home birth on that in the Cincinnati area, and a midwife, and everything went fine. And then I have Carolyn coming up. We have a baby shower for her coming up this weekend. My brother Gary, his young son Luke, who's probably like 32. I say young because I think of him. I saw him when he was born.
Yeah, all right.
In any case, now married to Carolyn, and they're having their first child. A little baby boy is expected inside the next month.
Great stuff.
And you guys are also in kind of a go mode with Nathaniel, and you'll have your first grandchild soon.
We're excited about that. Could happen any day. All right, 8:38. We talked about the cruise that I took with Royal Caribbean. We went on the Radiance of the Seas. We were on that same ship when we went to New Zealand 10 years ago, and it's just really, really nice. And we've cruised so much, we're now in something called the Diamond Club. So that means you get 4 drinks a day.
Okay.
Each person. And I got a lot of pina colada virgins.
Okay, mocktails.
Yeah. I had one, I guess, wine cooler.
Okay.
Other than that, that's it. We didn't get any alcohol.
That's all good.
Well,
And
we got the
New
fancy
Year's
drinks.
Eve, did you count down into the new year?
Janet and I went to bed, and then we got up to see the balloons fall in the Centrum.
That's right.
And it was really cool. We were New Year's Eve on the same ship 11 years ago.
Okay.
So it was cool to see the energy counting down 10, 9. I mean, there was a ton of people.
I love it.
Balloons falling on the ship, coming down. And no, it was very cool. Very cool, great energy. There were 600 children on this ship.
Oh, wow.
600 out of 1,800 were kids that were having spring break.
Well,
I'm
a
sorry,
lot of times,
Christmas break.
A lot of times when they have a lot of kids, they'll do a noon countdown to the New Year.
No, they had the kids and they were out.
Okay.
So,
but I guess when you're on a boat, you can stay up late, sleep in, all that. So,
yeah,
all good.
We still had another port to visit the next day, so it wasn't like you could sleep in. So we only had 2 sea days, meaning you're out at sea and you can do whatever you want. All you do is figure out when you're eating, all the times you eat. And then when you're at the port, you're scurrying around trying to figure out what you're doing, and then you got to figure out who's offering what and what you really want to do. And this is always more of a beach thing when you're in the Caribbean, beaches, snorkeling, scuba diving, stuff like that.
Love it.
But really, really, really fun. But we were able to watch the game from the ship. Football game. We watched both basketball games from the ship.
Oh, great.
So we were linked up and linked in and watched it. And when you play a game like you do against Eugene, Oregon in Eugene, it's just, how do you follow that up?
Man.
I mean,
109-77.
And then you're playing a top 9 team, and then you're playing a team that is, you're a net 5, and Washington's a net 95. So I could tell in the first 5 minutes, we're way better than these guys.
Right.
And yet we started stumbling around with the ball.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Brad get mad. I haven't seen him get mad too much this year.
I know.
But there was some stuff going on. You're going, good golly. That guy's making threes. Don't leave him unguarded.
That DJ Davis got 31 points yesterday.
It's a career high in everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's crazy. Okay, we will get the sports headline here. Another clip from Brad. We'll do that coming up next. And what are your hopes in the first part of 2025 for Gale Ferrex Trucking?
Well, we're going into the year in great shape. We've got a full roster of drivers. Everything looks good. We've got some exciting opportunities with some new customers. And we have a customer that had a special need to get 2 loads in Georgia on the day after Christmas. So we've got 2 drivers. Donna put the word out and said, hey, we're not forcing anybody. If anybody wants to go or they're gone or any single guys want to take off, make some better money that week because it's a screwed up week anyway. And 2 guys stepped up, and their family Christmas, they're having it on the weekend because they have relatives and family members that do have to work or something during the week. So they had it on the weekend. So they said, hey, I'll go so that other guys can be home with their family.
Well, doing a great job. And Happy New Year, my friend, and always a pleasure.
You all and your families have us, and Happy New Year, and I'll talk to you next year.
Thank you, Tim. Tim Onstop, Pitmaster Extraordinaire, Gale Ferrex Trucking, and Dedicated Diesel.
Good college basketball game. Great environment. First time in this building. Very fortunate to get off to a good start. It was something we talked about, was throwing the first punch. I thought we did a nice job the first 10 minutes. Then I give them a lot of credit. We got pretty complacent with the basketball. We had some really sloppy, unforced turnovers, which we haven't been doing that. Draven Gibbs was especially good in the first half, and then Kasparis hit a couple of threes, but withstood some Colin Boswell foul trouble very, very early. Draven gave us that big lift. We've tried to build this program for 8 years on games like today. When the ball doesn't go in, how do you win? And just a horrific day of shooting. Just the opposite of what we did in Eugene. We made 16 of them in Eugene, and got to understand the difference in games. But give their kid, the Davis kid, a lot of credit. I saw him do that last year in a game against Creighton, I believe, and single-handedly win it. We've got to grow in that area. We because he doesn't start, because he's not in the lineup, doesn't mean we disrespect him. He's a very talented player, and I thought we did a great job on great, making his difficulties or his shots difficult. Tommy gets a lot of credit for that, and Merez. But Kasparis was great down the stretch, and Boswell stepped up and made his free throws, and a loose ball play by Trey White was a huge play, and Trey was, again, spectacular on this road trip.
Yep, it's a good win. We'll take it. I know it was kind of a grind because we were supposed to win. We were 7.5-point favorites on their home court. Illinois does hold on. It's hard to win on the road, and we got her done.
Yes, we did. I was just noticing an alert about I-57 shut down. Champaign County pickup truck collided with a semi-truck at milepost 236, and so that happened at 7:52 inside the last hour. Preliminary investigations reveal a white pickup truck traveling southbound on I-57 when it crossed the center median and hit a semi-truck in the northbound lanes. No one was hurt. One lane on I-57 northbound is currently shut down. I'm trying to think of post 236, and they don't mention a city, but they just mention Champaign County. So take note of that. And again, we do have wintry weather upon us, so travel as safe as you can, slowly and surely today, and let the snowplows do their job. So back into the sports mode. You just heard about our Illini win over Washington. Next up will be Penn State, a home game at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. If you'd like to go, you can text in Illini 359-2255. It's brought to you by Express Employment Professionals, recruiting top talent and all kinds of opportunities. ExpressPros.com. Minnesota over the Illinois women's basketball team 68-61. Next up, them at 6 o'clock, hosting Iowa on Thursday. Of course, we already know about our Illinois Cheez-It Citrus Bowl win, which was great over South Carolina, and to hear so many players are returning. Now, Xavier Scott has made that announcement. His brother will be recruited and playing on the team. I'm sure that was a big factor. And we've got Luke Altmaier back, of course, and J.D. Davis, and it'll be a great season ahead for me.
Well, we definitely have people coming back. Most of our team will return. That's huge.
When it comes to college football, we've got Ohio State and Texas on Friday, and Penn State takes on Notre Dame on Thursday evening. Always fun to watch the games at Pia's, 1609 West Springfield Avenue. And a reminder that they have their fan shuttle to and from the games. If you don't want to bother with this silly weather, all you do is go to Pia's maybe 45 minutes at least ahead of time, and they load up that fan bus that drops you right off at the front door on all the home games.
And text in Illini if you want tickets to Penn State, Illinois.
Absolutely.
And Penn State, they're pretty good. Penn State went to Northwestern and won.
That's right.
So they lost
but
to Indiana
yesterday. Won yesterday.
Yeah.
Oregon over Maryland, 83-79. Purdue beat Northwestern, 79-61.
Maryland's really good, and they went 0-2. They lost to Washington. Maryland played 2 games out there. They lost both of them.
Okay.
And they're good. So,
well, of course, Black Monday, Patriots have fired their coach, Jared Mayo. That came down the pipe yesterday, 4-13 on the season, and 4-13. The Jaguars have now released Doug Peterson.
Yep. I think that people saw that coming. So who will Shad Khan hire? Who's his next coach?
Right.
So I think the Patriots have had 3 head coaches in 3 years since Belichick. So
Bears fans at least end on a high note, 24-22 winners over the Packers.
See what happens. I think the Bears are decent. Who they're going to hire as their head coach? They need a guy, no doubt. Apparently the interim guy is going to get an interview. So I don't know. Ben Johnson, he's been mentioned for Detroit. If you can lure him away, he's the offensive coordinator up there. I think you need an offensive coordinator. I think you need an offensive-minded head coach in Chicago. But Caleb Williams, I thought, had, for the most part, a really good year.
Mark, thanks for texting in 359-2255. The Chancellor Hotel was the one we were trying to come up with. After the Ramada Inn was the Chancellor.
And that's where the Sunshine Dinner Playhouse was.
Yes.
Run by and owned by Doris Birmingham. That's where I proposed to Janet.
Very good.
During Annie.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you spell it out with crackers or something?
Potato chips.
Was it Marry Me?
Will you marry me?
Will you marry? That's a lot of potato chips.
Yeah, it is. 8:40. She said there was some tradition, but I think she was just goofing around with me.
Oh.
Anyway, I still have the chips.
Okay.
I think they're probably a little stale, but they're in a jar. 8:48.
Did you know that routine maintenance on your furnace helps improve air quality in your home? Along with making sure your furnace is operating at maximum efficiency, Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing wants to make sure your home is as comfortable as possible. Voted People's Choice #1 HVAC and plumbing company for the 3rd time in 4 years, let the expert team make sure you'll be warm all winter long. Call 217-841-4728 or visit dogtownheatingandair.com. Book your appointment today. Dogtown Heating, Air, and Plumbing, your home's best friend.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Back at it, and certainly hope everyone had a happy and healthy holiday season. And we're right back at it with regard to wintertime around here with the winter storm, the most and more significant of the accumulating snow south of Champaign, and none too far at that. But use care and caution on slippery roads and still some lingering light snow and even some freezing moisture for the day today. Temperatures will top out around 27 and then slowly fall this afternoon, and those open rural areas on the north wind 15 to 25 gets to 35. Areas of blowing snow, so let the road crews do their thing, getting things cleared on out, especially as you go from Champaign County on southward. Down to 12 tonight, partly sunny, cold tomorrow, and 25. Quiet weather picture heading through the rest of the weekend into the weekend. We'll clear it off, drop down to near 5 tomorrow night. Wednesday, mostly sunny, highs up near 20, sunshine at near 20. The outlook on Thursday. For TVJ Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Champaign County Crime Stoppers has been working to keep our neighborhoods safe since 1986, but we've never done it alone. We rely on the generous support of those that recognize Crime Stoppers as an investment in a safer community for our friends, our family, and our collective future. Your generous support directly funds cash rewards for anonymous tips that lead to arrests. Join us by making a tax-deductible donation today that leads to a brighter, safer tomorrow. Donate now at ChampaignCountyCrimeStoppers.org.
Bet like the pros with the world's largest sports book right at your fingertips. Circus Sports is now available in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I've been a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited that the Circus Sports app is now ready for action. Experience big app bets with high betting limits, tight money line splits, and more. Now you can download, fund, and bet like a pro from anywhere in Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
I don't know. Is Derek Piper going to make it back? Because he was in Seattle last night asking questions of Coach Underwood in Seattle. So I guess he could fly this morning, Seattle, Chicago. But heck, even if you leave at 8 in the morning, you get back, at 2 in the afternoon?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what the boys' plans are. And is Jay Lehman on again?
That's true, because he could talk about the Tees at Citrus Bowl and the 10-win season and talk about taking people out at Long Branch.
So I think the boys were on the day after we beat Missouri, which was another good win.
Right. That was great.
Yeah, that was
the bragging rights game.
That was hard too. It was very close. And that one guy that creamed us when he played at Iowa, Perkins, he's now with Missouri. So we got away with one there because that was another close game.
Man, it seems like so far ago we took quite a break, Stevie.
Yeah,
kind of unusual.
Normally we do a week, but we did 2 this time because in the next year we're kind of faced with the same thing.
That's right.
Kind of a split week because people aren't going to work Christmas and New Year's. So I don't know. It's good to get away. But good to be back.
Yes, it is.
And good to take on January because you only got now 25 more days.
Right.
Boom. And you got Donald Trump being sworn in the 20th.
The inauguration will be happening. It's also Martin Luther King Jr. There's lots of unity breakfasts and brunches and things like that going on. So be reaching out to your people and seeing if you want to do something special that day. I know there's no school that day.
Yeah, right. You're off for the Martin Luther King holiday. But the fact that it falls on Inauguration Day is funny timing because every 4 years we do that, but it's always January 20. So eventually, like it is this year, every however many years, Martin Luther King Jr. birthday and holidays on that day. So.
And I heard because of 4 years ago, they are beefing up the security by 4,000 individuals, I think, on security and doing things a little better with the checkpoints and things like that on inauguration for the ceremony.
Well, and then the explosion of the cyber truck in front of Trump headquarters or Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. And, of course, Bourbon Street, which we've both been down that road.
I could not believe that story.
Just terrorist.
Really unfortunate.
And both of these guys have been linked. I don't know if it was coordinated or what, but definitely linked together, served at Fort Bragg together, and been radicalized, I guess.
I see.
And the guy had all kinds of problems that blew himself up in that car. But Elon Musk had all kinds of information because cameras and things like that.
All the technology that's going on in those things.
Anyway, just horrific stuff. And Bourbon Street, unbelievable. And he'd cased the place out several times.
I know that.
So
and they had removed the blockade kind of things so that that was a mess. So
Well, I thought he ran through some stuff.
Okay, maybe.
I saw the video and he turned and then floored it.
Mm-hmm.
And just horrible scene. They postponed the Sugar Bowl for a day.
Right. We've got the tribute to Jimmy Carter going on this week, who passed away at the age of 100 while we were gone. And you mentioned him coming through Champaign County.
He was at the U of I speaking. I believe Johnny was there. I have to ask Johnny about that Wednesday. But I believe Jimmy Carter spoke on our campus. Hello, I'm Jimmy Carter, and I'm running for president of the United States. And big old smile.
As a candidate.
That was kind of his way of doing it.
Yeah, the peanut farmer.
But he may not have been a very good president, but he was a good man.
Right.
No doubt, all the stuff he's done.
And really, so many negotiations and community service after his presidency.
Habitat for Humanity.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Jimmy Carter, I think politically I didn't agree with much, but good man.
And afterwards, an international ambassador for us.
Yeah, no, I think to live to 100 years old.
Right.
All right, Diane, meet you tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
All right, that's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Meet you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.
It's great when hard work and experience are recognized. Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. I am thrilled to share that Fisher National has been ranked 7th in the nation as a top lender in mortgage loans among banks with asset size of $300 million to $1 billion by our National Banking Association. This recognition is a testament to our lending team's dedication and expertise. After all, better banking experiences start with local people and local decision making. If you're in the market for a new home or considering refinancing your existing home, let our team at Fisher National Bank earn your business and trust. We offer competitive rates with low closing costs, and we locally service almost all of our loans. Come see us with all your home mortgage needs and experience the top-notch service that has earned us national recognition. Learn more at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome to Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Hi, I'm looking for a refrigerator.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Oh, yeah, well, I just need a refrigerator. Don't need the whole store.
But you get it, the whole store.
My kitchen is only about this big.
You get me.
Hello.
All those delivery, installation, and service technicians in back.
Wow, all those people?
The Dick Van Dyke 5-10-year protection plan, which means in the unlikely event something goes wrong in the first 5 years, your repair cost is nothing.
Nothing?
10 years parts coverage on the major components.
Looks like I'm getting more than a refrigerator today. How much does this whole store cost?
Nothing. Come on. For real. We guarantee to beat any competitor's deal, all that other stuff we talked about, like our service tax.
And your 5-10-year protection plan?
All included.
I'm Dennis Freakin, chairman of Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And when we say you get the whole store, we mean the whole store. Wow!
Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
In 1925, a small plumbing company began its journey in Urbana, Illinois. Over the decades, the business grew thanks to hard work and great people. In 1966, things changed when Dave Reichard, a veteran, met veteran Ken Asklin, who was an architectural engineering grad from Illinois. The two realized their shared vision for excellence. Their partnership took root, and in 1975, the name changed to A&R Mechanical. With Dave as president and Ken as vice president, A&R Mechanical expanded services, becoming the go-to full-service contractor for all of Central Illinois. A&R went from a plumbing-only contractor to a full-service mechanical contractor with their own sheet metal shop. Today, A&R is a plumbing, heating, ventilation service company with the same excellence in customer service as they provided nearly 100 years ago. Design, build, and maintain. That's what served A&R Mechanical for nearly 100 years. Find them at Lincoln and Kettering in Urbana or online at ar-mech.com.
Honest, professional, and affordable. That's what you get from Classic Plumbing and Air. Done right, guaranteed.
I'm Ty Rogers. I'm a basketball player from the University of Illinois. Juke out the competition and cross over to Classic Plumbing and Air. Take a shot and call Classic Plumbing and Air. At Classic Plumbing and Air, it's done right, guaranteed. We care about your air.
So if you need help with your heating, air conditioning, or plumbing, connect with Classic Plumbing and Air at classicplum.com.
Illini fans win free tickets. Stevie J Broadcasting has teamed up with Express Employment Professionals, your local link to top talent opportunities. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 for your chance to win tickets to upcoming home games. That's Illini to 359-2255. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business at 1001 North Mattis. Express Employment Professionals says go Illini. Visit expresspros.com.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
You're listening to WSJ